Got up this morning, I decided I'm going to run some lines later on this afternoon and tomorrow. So I got my carp out. There's 15 pieces in here, enough for 5 lines, because you only get 15 hooks in Iowa. And I had bought this Catfish Nectar. This is this stuff. It was $5. Thought I'd give it a try. It's from Ellensburg, Washington. But it's made by the guys that make the salmon eggs. That's what that red ball is. Their salmon eggs are called fireballs. They're really good trout bait. But I don't know if Washington is known for catfish. I've never heard of that. I know about the walleye and all the other fish up there. But you shake this stuff up, you pour it in there, and it's supposed to marinate 12 to 24 hours. It's a pretty small amount of meat in there, so I poured about a third of the bottle on there after shaking it up. And I don't know if it's going to help or not, because when you buy this, you can't smell it because it's sealed. But this stuff smells like fish. And carp smells like fish. So I don't know that it's going to improve anything. But we'll give it a try and find out. Here's the bridge. That barrel in the water there, that thing has been there since I started fishing 40 years ago. It's full of mud. It's not going anywhere. And it looks like this is where the old bridge used to be, where those pilings are. And you come up here, you go around that way, and that's the first bridge up there, that way, that is kind of barricaded with rocks. So anything coming up from the Little Sioux River into this river, all the way up to that bridge, they have free travel until that bridge. And the only other time they can travel freely is when the river's flooded. Which I don't understand that, but I guess. But there are some good fish in this portion of it. I know that through there and all the way down to the other side of the bridge, it's rocks. County put a bunch of rocks in there when they built those bridges. You can float over them, kind of, depending on how high the water is, but there are some big rocks. Dangerous. And I know there's some old cars in here. You come here in late August when the water's absolutely crystal clear, when we have had no rain forever, and you can see the car frames sitting in the water. Now there's a piece of something right there. It's all old. You can tell the way it's built. It's all old-timey stuff. Yeah, I found some cool antlers down here in the mud. 2 of them. 2 different years. It's interesting. I caught a nice flathead on the other side of the bridge one year, running trot lines. Grandpa wanted to eat it, so I gave it to him. And cousin of mine, the bridge north of this one, she was fishing the downstream side of the rocks, you know, like where I said they have free travel from one river up to here, and she got a 15-pound flathead out of here. And I know at one time, right off the end of this, there was a hole there, and it was over 15 feet deep. And That's pretty deep for this river because it only averages about 3 foot at its normal stage. I was talking about those cars. There's the front bumper. It's got to be 40s, 50s. Big chrome nose cones that stick out. Then there's, right below it, there's a light below it there. That bumper's upside down. So it looked like that. I don't know what car it's off of. But that was some good chrome. That stuff's still on there. I'm going to show you this underground spring as long as I'm here by this bumper. If you look, oh, that's super soft. But you can see that sand bubbling up. And then over underneath that nose cone on the bumper, you can see it bubbling up there too, underneath of it. Those are underground springs. Do not step in those. They are pretty much bottomless. I used to find them when I was trapping down through here. And I always used to take long saplings and stick down inside those things, and most of them couldn't even touch. It's just a big tunnel of water coming into the river. Look how clear it is. It's just like something you get out of a bottle. And then it just flows over and helps feed the river. Got to talk about this for a minute though. That Marinade stuff has really made this slimy and super soft. There is no firmness at all left to this meat. So if you're going to try this, I advise you guys to leave the skin on your bait. If I'd have left the skin on this, I'd been okay. But it is pretty slimy. It better produce some fish. A little different method of checking lines today. My dad got me off down here. And I'm going to do a little catfishing on the way to where my lines are. And we'll see what happens. But since me and Shane floated this is easily down 3 feet. Easily. Because all this was underwater. Let's see. I got a fish on. There's my stringer. I got my stringer here. Gotta get this out of the mud. Oh. Alright, let's see what happens here. Feels like a decent fish. Ooh, it is. Oh, what? The turtles ate it. Look at that. That's crazy. That's disgusting. Are you serious right now? Man, that is nuts. Alright, I gotta get away from this so I can deal with this fish. That is awful. I've never seen anything like that in my life. That was a big fish too. That's just nasty. Dang it. That hurt. Alright, it's going in there. I'm going to tie up to that. Alright, I am secured with trees in my head. Dang it. That is just... that blows my mind. Wow. Man, that would have been a nice cat too. That's crazy. This is insane. That right there is the drain tile out of what used to be our 80-acre field. And it's been a swamp ever since this other guy owned it. He's had it tiled and retiled and tiled. The amount of water coming out of here is crazy. I don't really want to get That's just what's seeping through the ground. That tree right there and that whole piece of land used to be up there. And the only way that I know that is because that tree has all of its bark. Those ice chunks would have peeled that bark right off of the front side of that tree. This whole, where it's flat here, all this slid down. And it did over there too. That's where Shane and I got that nice 8-pounder. And there's a lot more of it sticking out of the water. Nothing. Let's see if it's stripped. Yeah. Strip, straight hook. Look at that. That, probably a snapper. And the other one is right there. Nothing on that one either. Nope, there is. It's pulling. Whoop. Alright, this is going to get interesting. Feels nice. Must be on the last hook. This way, buddy. Hey, that's not a bad cat. There we go. Hey, now. Settle down. You're going to end up getting all them hooks in you. Goofy, like you did, right in your tail. Just calm down. That's a nice fish. First things first, to get these hooks out of him, because I don't want to wear one. Come on, dude. Alright. Hooks are out. Stringer's going in. And he's going to bite it. Nice fish. Well worth the effort yesterday. No tags. That thing. We could weigh him. I got a scale. Just over 6 pounds. That'll work. Good looking fish. Well, definitely not worth the effort to get down here. So I'm going to give that Marinade stuff I'm going to give it a pretty decent score. I used carp all morning. All I had were little bites. And you saw yesterday, I put all that Marinade stuff on. And I had that catfish that got eaten, running around probably 4.5 pounds. And then the catfish that I caught was 6.5. And then looks like a turtle thought he would try it and straighten the hook on one of the other lines. But this up here was no good. They don't get it. One line was stripped, the other had all the bait. But anyway,